see what's happening.
Can anybody hear me? Clap your hands, everybody. Everybody clap your hands.
Still no sound?
I ain't hearing nothing.
I'm not hearing nothing either. What is going on?
It's the soundproof.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. Thank you, Miss Christopher.
What?
Thank you, Miss Christopher. The sound is good now.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I know what. You heard me, brother.
I didn't know what you were talking about.
Okay, don't worry about it. Read it. All right. Anyway, man, we back up here. A couple of technical difficulties, but that ain't gonna stop no show. We gonna keep pushing. We gonna pick up right where we left off at. We was talking about Caitlin Clark, like we've been doing. But Caitlin Clark and the WNBA and the media coverage and all this stuff. So Stephen A. Yeah, when we were talking earlier, we was talking about Stephen A. getting really having another verbal jousting match with Monica McNutt. This is one of those things I look at, and it's about perspective. When you're in something, because I'm only assuming she used to play.
Okay.
And when you're into something and you look at what isn't being done, you're going to point out to the people that have the power that you felt like could have done more, you know, whether he was or not. She's going to feel like he could have done more based off of what is being done now. And he was getting chastised because he was almost like, okay, we got to talk about the NBA all the time now. You know, it's like we picking up everything on it now. And so that's when she kind of went in on him and said, you know, this is what it's like being a woman for us to always have to take the back seat, always have to, you know, watch how we say our words and this and that. And that's when she brought up, you know, you had the opportunity to showcase us 3 years ago and you didn't do so.
He doing it now.
So
3 years ago, I didn't care about it. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, what do you want? Can't go back and change what didn't happen. He doing it now. Now, if it's on now and he ain't saying nothing, then you got a problem.
right.
But you talking about what he didn't do and all that, so, man, relax. He doing it now.
Do you think that's only because of the media coverage?
He doing it as a story. It's a story. That's what they in the business.
That's their job.
Yeah.
That's their job.
That's their job. It's a
Yeah.
story. They rolling with it. So,
Okay.
I mean, some stories be good, some stories be bad.
Right.
That's their job, man. Just be happy that somebody talking about something about it. Because
Yeah.
for years, ain't nobody say nothing about it.
Yep. Also, other players are coming out, taking shots at her. Angel Reese was saying how she had a great game and they won to a sold-out crowd, and it didn't take one player to do it.
That wasn't the same game, was it?
Yeah. No, not the game that they played.
Uh-huh.
It was just, she was just saying that they had a great game, and it wasn't one player that made all of it happen. And so they was like, she taking a shot at it, and I was like, of course. That's what athletes do.
It's a team game.
This is what athletes do.
Women messy, man. Women so that's why women can't get far, man. They too busy knocking each other. And I'm just saying that.
No,
like,
it's
women in general are the worst thing that could happen to women.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't even men, man. Women do not like other women for whatever reason.
I saw another show, and that's exactly what one of the head journalists, and it was a woman. She said the same thing. She was like, "We got to stop knocking each other."
That's what they do, man. We
She
ain't got to
said, "We
say
got to
nothing,
stop
bro.
knocking each other."
They don't support each other, nothing.
Hard.
But shaking ass. That's all they support each other.
And tapping it and slapping it.
Come on, man. That's it.
I've had
Let's
the
be
discussion
real.
with so many women. Like, I'll say, how come if you just walk in the room and there's 4 different women, before you even sit down and speak to one of them, you already don't like them? I'd be like, where do y'all get that from? And they just, I don't know.
Just something about her. You know what it is about her?
Say,
She probably look better than her. Like, let's be real. Like, if a woman getting a lot of attention, bruh, especially from men, and can't none of them even be hitting it. They could just be cool with her.
Right.
It's some women in the room that don't like that. Why? Because she want that attention.
Yeah.
Women, they kill me, man.
I've heard close friends fall out because of exactly what you just said.
I'm telling you.
Somebody looking better than the other.
Man.
The attention they was getting, and they fell out over something like that.
Men hate on each other a different way. We just... Yeah. We gonna
throw
mess
some
it.
dirt.
Yeah,
we throwing dirt on
women don't like you. They don't want their friends to like you. Like, it's crazy with women, man. I don't like her, so you don't like her neither. Well, she ain't smacked me. She smacked you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I agree with why she smacked you. Now we got an issue. You know what I'm saying? Like,
now you hungry for the rest of it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it, man. Women need to love each other more. Because they love the hell out of men. But they don't like each other, man.
I agree with that.
They don't like each other.
I agree with that. Speaking about women, leading women, Simone Biles won her 9th championship, historic. Nobody else has done it. I bring her up because since we was talking about women and standing up for their dudes, a couple weeks ago, she went off on her Twitter and was just like, if any of y'all heifers got anything negative to say about my husband, get the F off my page.
Wasted energy.
Well, I don't think so.
Wasted. Oh, they're going to be like, oh, okay. Come on, man. That's wasting energy, man.
Well, nah, I commend her for standing up for what she feels like. Because she caught a lot of heat for when the brother came out and said he was the catch. And she was just like,
in some ways, man.
For her, she was fine with it.
Absolutely. She might feel that way.
She does. And she was tired of all these sisters telling her, no, how could you say that? You Simone Biles.
We don't know what her dating pool was like.
Again, we was just talking about women, right? We was just talking about women, right? But they telling her, nah, he can't be saying that. And she's like, what? This is my husband. We good.
You don't know what that lady been going through, man. You could be out here like the twin. Out here begging her husband to come back. She got out here.
She do have a twin, too.
Things ain't right.
Yeah, she looking bad.
She looking bad.
Thirst trap
videos. Now she thirsty all over the place. See? Listening to your girlfriend who was dolo. You done left your husband.
Yep. I don't know. I don't keep up with them like that, but I've seen the little reels and
I'm
stuff.
like, word?
I was like, dang, she.
Oh, okay.
She out here regular with it now.
She thinking that, man, hey, man, you ain't that no more. You trying to hit it now, man. You just want to be somebody on somebody's list. That's it.
Man. All right. We'll touch on this real quick. We don't really like to do politics.
You ain't gonna touch on 3 Stacks with the.
We get there.
Okay,
we gonna get there.
Okay.
I ain't got to the music part yet. I was gonna dabble with
my vibration very low today. Very low.
I was gonna deal with the quick
okay.
politics, and then we can move on to the music because we got a few things on that. But Donald Trump caught his 34 convictions, federal convictions. What are your thoughts on that?
This is my dream, bro. When people serve time and they get out, they be able to vote. They ain't got no felony attached to them. They serve their time. Mm-hmm. They get out. They should get the fair shake on life like everybody else.
Okay.
We watch rich people, black, white, Asian, women, men, get away with a lot, bro. No convictions are brought up on nobody. But the poor man goes and he do whatever he do. He get out, and he still can't catch a break. So I just want him at least to be able to vote. Get a job. Like I know. I got homeboys, man. Got felonies. Did their time, bro. Live total different lives than what they was before the felony. Mm-hmm. And it's places out here hiring, but they can't get them jobs because they got this felony attached to their name.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump gonna do what he want to do in life, man. That's just it. He got the money to do whatever he want to do. These convictions don't do nothing. Nothing at all, man. Mm. And the only thing they want him to do is just not be able to run. You might not even be able to stop it, bro.
Right.
And if he run, he gonna win because black people love money. And Donald Trump handing out bread, regardless of
the reason
his
why.
ethics, of why and all that. Donald Trump handing out bread. Black people want to know what they vote, decide things, let him run. You're going to see the power of your vote because black people running to vote for Donald Trump. They don't care nothing about what he stand for.
Right.
All they care about is the bread. They're my people. But that's how my people think.
Yeah.
Some of the things we do in life because of bread. We don't even think about the consequences. Bread.
Mm-hmm. Hard but real.
That's real.
That's hard but real. Me, in looking at that, I look at the fabric of what they call the democracy of America. So now you have this, like you were just speaking about, a rich guy versus a poor guy. So now this guy has 34 Fed convictions, and he's not going to jail.
Absolutely not.
So in that case, when do we go back and say, okay, well, this guy got this Fed case, this guy got these federal convictions, that's locked up for whatever reasons. It could be the same stuff. Shouldn't we pull him out? Shouldn't he?
We ain't looked at the same. Look at people that's locked up for weed.
For weed.
Look at people that's locked up for weed.
They legalized the weed and people getting rich.
In
The
state that
government
he
is
might
getting
be
rich
sitting
off.
in right now.
The states are getting rich off
Come
of
on,
it now,
man.
and you got these people. And that's why I say you got to look at the fabric of what this nation stands for, and it is capitalism. I mean, it's always about the money. It's always about the dollar.
I mean, people that have been to jail for Westin, all them dudes, man, touching on them people, drugging them ladies. How many people have been to jail besides Bill Cosby? The only reason Bill went to jail over a TV station. How many people been locked up, bro?
Right.
Like
it's a few of them. They're
like-
cracking down on it now.
Now they is.
Yeah, they're cracking down on it now. What's the dude, Danny Masterson?
You got Charlie Sheen was out here giving out the package.
Yeah. Now that, yeah.
Come
Yeah,
on,
that's
man.
crazy. Yeah.
And this be all honesty though, this ain't even a black and white thing. This is just money.
Yeah,
This is
that's
money.
it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, this is just
That's
money.
it. It's just money. It's just money. And it's just sad. And like you said, and it comes down to politics, they all dirty. All of them dirty.
Your mayor
So
stole from your city. Ain't nothing to brag about with that, dog.
Who?
I know who that is. Your mayor stole from your city. Your mayor stole from a lot of elders at that time. So that ain't nothing to be bragging about.
You gonna say what? I know.
No, I know. He know me. I know him. That's all that need to be
That's just
said.
in Detroit.
He gonna say something.
It
Yeah,
was
he
in
gonna say
Detroit.
he ain't gonna let that go like that.
Okay.
But your mayor stole from your city, and it's a body that's on your mayor that they just ain't put it. But it's a body. Then you know it is too. It's a body out there. Some parent without a daughter because of that mayor. I voted for Gil Hill. That's all I'm gonna say. Moving on.
So, like I said, the political scene right now is so dirty and so shady, and it is going to come down to who's more popular. And even the Democrats themselves say that, hey, yeah, he just got more energy, more pull. He got all this stuff, and if it gets that far, it's possible. The state of the country, what he's going to do to put it, I have no idea. But I can honestly say, and just me, I could care less about, I do want to know what it's going to do for me, but if it's just about $1, no, I'm not interested. What are we doing to help with the infrastructure for us?
I think it need to be a cap on age and all that, man. Like these guys coming to, but he's the only one I've ever known, and I could be wrong, to come into the White House. They come in poor. They need donations for this, that, and the other. They actually won. But they start off poor. When you go to run for president, you really ain't got no bread because they leave millionaires. They don't be millionaires when they start running. A lot of them don't. A lot of them, they don't be millionaires when they start running. They leave millionaires, dog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that it's a business with that. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Yeah. So, anyway, like I said, I ain't want to get too deep. You see how that hit a curve real quick already with the politics. That's why we don't really.
Man, yo, like I said, man, I just want felons to come out, man, and have a fair shake, bro. I don't care which one I'm giving to them. Be honest, but it's a lot of good people out here, man, that just can't get a chance to get a break because of that.
I also think it needs to be more energy put into the independent parties. They don't get enough backing. Like backing, that's what it comes down to. Backing, and for people like even if you go and vote and you say you're doing an independent, everything is pretty much black and white. Like it's not a whole bunch of options.
Yeah,
it's like
it's not.
It's almost like you didn't vote. To be honest, And at some point, something else has to be done. But that's another time,
Man,
another story.
This is all smoke and mirrors because they ain't got a candidate on no side, on either side that could beat them.
Correct.
So it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all
Correct.
to see what can come out the woodwork, what they can get it to stick in time for the election. It's not gonna happen. He gonna run. He gonna be on the ballot though, and a lot of people gonna vote for him. But has Democrats actually did enough to prove that they deserve a vote? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, dog. Democrats ain't did enough to prove that if he on the ballot, it shouldn't even be. It's gonna be a landslide, dog.
Yeah, they're
You know
going
what I'm
off of ethics, and you can't do that.
But Democrats ain't did nothing. They not. It's been what 4 years now, right? No, it's been 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't did nothing. We barely see him. She don't say nothing.
Yeah, nah, they don't do a whole lot of press.
All we watch is things go up, man. That's
They don't
it.
do a lot of press.
Everything been going up,
Oh,
and
still
money
low.
and money getting shipped to Ukraine and
Yeah, now that's where
and
I'm
all
like,
this.
yeah, this is some.
And if you
quick-
go down
Israel,
on Cleveland Ave,
yeah,
but down by the churches when you're going downtown, there's homeless people laying all over the place. Come on, man.
but we sending billions.
Come on, dog.
Over to
It's deep in the rap, man.
Yeah,
You know
it
what I'm
is.
saying? You know what I'm saying?
Definitely is. Moving on, we gonna get into this rap though. We can start off with the 3 stacks with the jazz festival. This is something me and Afro Rican used to go down to the jazz festival every year. It's a tradition.
He ain't say nothing about that seersuckers this year. He took his butt to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, he had a family.
We'll call him later.
He had a family they had a family gathering down there, so he took the family down there. But we skipped out on all that this time, and I knew 3 Stacks was going to be there. And the funny thing was, I was sitting and I was waiting. I said, somebody got to post something about, because I didn't hear anything for 2-3 days.
People was too peaceful. They didn't want to post about it.
It was 2-3 days. And I said, somebody got to post what this dude did at the Jazz
You know
Fest.
your boy
And when
got
I
your back.
seen it,
You know your boy got your back.
when I seen it, I said, nah. And I've been telling y'all from day, y'all don't seen us go back and forth with it. I love Dre. I love Stacks. But I'm not with the flute business. I'm not with his flute business. Let me say that. Because I love jazz.
Right.
Not that flute business. And he basically showed you,
Your vibration is low right now, brother.
I'm just saying,
You just don't understand.
as a jazz fan, that I really felt like was a kid at a recital with his first instrument.
That's what it sounds like.
That's what it sounded like to me. And he's been playing it for quite a while now. Quite a while. So, yeah, I wasn't happy about it. I'll say that. But again, I never committed to it. So I was just like, hey, he doing it. Because at the end of the day, he still sold the highest records in, 2-3 weeks?
Absolutely.
So he did what he had to do. But it ain't for me.
Play your flute, dog. I just won't be there to see it.
Exactly.
And I'm going to leave it at that.
Ain't for me.
I ain't going to be there to see it. Play your flute, dog. Tweedle-doo-loo-loo, wee-wee-wee-wee-woo, whatever.
That's your rendition?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Other rap music business. Red and Meth just did a show at the Summer Jam,
Yeah.
Hot 97,
Right.
and video was posted of the crowd literally was not into it. I have never in my life seen a Red and Meth show where the crowd was not all into the show, because them 2 brothers put on a hell of a show. But they literally said the generational gap is just too big.
They shouldn't have been there.
It's too big. And even the video that I saw, all you saw was phones up in the air like that.
Yeah.
And you couldn't hear nobody really cheering and this and that. And like I said, they shouldn't have been there. And they literally was just like, you know what, that's it for us.
Yeah.
Don't invite us no more. Because times have changed. Stuff like that now is dedicated towards like the throwback concerts for us.
Absolutely.
You know, when they're the highlight. But Summer Jams, they highlight the radio stuff, right?
I mean, but we're not, our age group ain't going out there. Like
Exactly.
that.
All right, well.
I mean, just in general, you look at concerts and shows now, it's younger people, unless the concert or show is something that you grew up with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
I get it. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at the bill, they was an old mother on the bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't had no business. Doja Cat, I think Sexy Red was on the bill. Like,
I probably wouldn't even want.
it was just a lot of people on the bill that like, and they names was threw in like, oh, you Red and Meth. Like, ain't nobody come out to see them, man. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to say it like that, but that's true. Didn't nobody come see Red and Meth. Everybody's waiting to see the
young folks.
Yeah, what Hot 97 is playing right now. So
Exactly.
I mean, I ain't surprised at that.
Yeah. Another thing, talking about music, Metro Boomin and Future just canceled their tour for
Can't sell tickets.
low ticket sales.
Yeah, can't sell tickets.
So do you think that this was my question? Do you think that we supported our artists more when it came to going out? Because a lot of them make their money on tours, and I think the game and the industry has changed.
I don't think that's it.
To the point to where now they make most of their money off of their contracts or
Right.
independent or sponsorships, whereas with our artists had to hit the road and make their money. What you think?
I think Live Nation and Ticketmaster that messed up the game because it ain't the ticket that's high.
It's the
It's
taxes,
all the fees on the
the
ticket,
fees
bro.
and the taxes.
You know, like you might see a ticket for $70. By the time you cash out, it's $110. You know what I'm saying? So,
Easy.
and their age group of music, they can't afford that. They can't afford them tickets. It ain't that they don't want to go. They can't afford it.
Yeah.
The age group, man, they ain't got no money.
That's a good perspective.
So I mean, I look at it like that. Like it ain't that the music ain't liked by their fans and the fans don't want to go. Ticketmaster and Live Nation are really, they killed the game. So where you might want to go to a show or a concert, you got to hope it come in like amphitheater form because it at least makes sense because you're going to get more artists. You know, ticket going to be
Like a
cheaper.
festival.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Because if you trying to go to like State Farm,
Yeah.
you can forget it. None of $200, dog.
Yeah.
Not unless you want to sit on the ceiling. And at that point, you're looking at it on TV. So why even go?
Yeah. I will stay home.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think that's what happened. I don't think it's them. I think that the Ticketmaster and Live Nation need to come up off them fees. Man, them fees is crazy.
Yeah.
When we go see the Locks coming soon, dog, the ticket was like $70. About time we got to the closeout, the ticket was $100.
It's crazy, man.
I don't even know if it's a box office now. You can remember back in the day, you can
Yeah,
go in the
yeah, you
mall.
can't-
Remember, you can go in the mall and go to the third floor, buy your tickets. Well, that's how it was.
We ain't had no mall with 3 floors here in Atlanta.
Oh, my bad. Well, you know what I'm saying. Back at the crib, go to the third floor where you handle billing and all that, and then you can get your tickets up there. You know what I'm saying? Or you can just go down to the wherever the venue
At
is
the venue,
and
and
buy
they
tickets
had a
there.
window.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I remember back in the day, you go to Mr. Allen's, you can go to Strictly Sportswear. Shout out to the crib and buy tickets. You know what I'm saying? But
I think, some of our record stores would sell,
yeah, we'll have
sell
you buy tickets.
too.
Yeah, but them days over with. They done found out a way to take the money out of the artist's hand. They like, yo, you gonna get yours, but we gonna get ours too. So we gonna get it from the people.
Yeah.
And now the people like, nah, I ain't going.
Right. Which is, it's criminal, but they looking at it like, hey, if you want to see it, you gonna pay it. And hey, it's hurting people all the way around.
Think about it, man. You go upstairs now in the airport, get something to eat. It's a tip thing on there, man.
I couldn't even tell you the last time I did.
Everybody try to get it, man. Everybody
Yeah, I
try
know.
to
I've
get
been
it,
a
dog.
couple of places where they don't even do nothing but their job, and they say,
Hey, man,
tip.
they won't tip.
"What? What I'm tipping you for? Handing me my food?"
Hey, man, that's it.
As I walk out the door?
That's it.
Nah, we're not doing that. Not doing it, man.
Yeah.
Another situation happened this weekend with a rapper. Wasn't musically related, but it's one of our guys. 3rd annual Rick Ross car show happened on June 1st. What was that, Saturday? Saturday. Let me tell you something. We've talked about it before. I'll say it again. When you have something of that magnitude, you have to be very organized. And you're doing it at your house. And your house is in a neighborhood. Your house is not away from...
It kind of is, though.
No, it's that house, that land is a neighborhood in itself. But it is still joined on to a regular neighborhood.
It's the beginning of the block.
And then you got the hood across the street.
You got a church across the street, dog.
You
Don't
got
do
the hood.
that. Don't-
No,
it's
I'm talking on the other side.
There's some woods at a church.
Flip over on the other side.
no hood
Because once
over
you
that
come
way,
down,
dog.
you
Get outta
you
here.
on Old Nat.
You, man,
Okay,
that's farther down, bro. That's
that's
farther
right
down.
down. All that
Come
corner
on.
is his.
I get
All
it.
that corner is his.
That's
Okay.
farther down, bro.
Either way, it was unorganized. He ran out of parking.
He did.
Ran out of wristbands.
He did.
They said people was waiting 3 hours to get to the event, only to be told
They can't get in.
they can't get in, and the tickets were $250.
I mean, you know.
$250, and they said they're not getting a refund. And Ross was just like,
That's what he did, though.
So
Tickets come with insurance.
I don't think so. I think it did say, I read one of them said no refunds, no rain checks. You know, weather, you know, stuff like that. I think it said no refund, no rain check. So them people that couldn't get in,
That's a heavy ransom right there.
you feel me?
Can't get in.
To can't get in. I just feel like, look, I'm gonna say it. I don't care. Some of y'all people with money, I don't care what color you are, y'all get to a certain status and it's no longer about taking care of what it is that you were doing. If I'm doing a car show, like our homeboy James Wade.
Shout out to Wade.
Shout out to Wade. Okay.
Whips by Wade.
He does it properly. He has a venue set up. He makes sure all his stuff is in place. Ain't no problems.
He did a car show yesterday.
Yeah. No problems. Okay. Now here you are, you're a rich guy. You have all the means to go and rent out a space to where it's specified for parking and cars and showing. And you'd rather do it at your house where for every single year there have been problems. And progressively they gotten worse because the shows are getting bigger. So now that just tells me you just gonna get the money off of it. And I understand you might enjoy the car shows because I know he's a car aficionado. But get some organization, dog. Get some organization. And when you start digging into people's pockets like that, Anita Baker,
you don't know if that would happen. You don't know. That still hasn't been proved. They never said why she canceled. They never said.
Did they get refunds?
I think the people did get that. If you had insurance, yeah, could have. You know what I'm saying? I think they did, but they never said why that could have been low ticket sales if she wasn't coming out unless a certain box office number was sold. It's contract.
Is that a contract?
I mean, usually shows work like that. Like they ain't coming out and you only got 8 people in there because they ain't getting their money worth. This is a waste of their time. They never said why she canceled that. It never was reported that she was sick. Right. Or nothing. They just said she ain't coming, and they let her.
And it was right before the show.
No, the show had started.
I thought it was like 30 minutes.
Half
before.
an hour or something.
Yeah, it was like 30 minutes before the show.
So I mean, we don't know about that. Go ahead, what you were saying. But I ain't gonna let you jump on Anita like that.
You know I got it though.
Shout out to Auntie.
You know I'm throwing it out there.
Detroit's meanest.
Yeah, she got a reputation. But I feel like at some point, when do you really care about? Like I remember when Maxwell had to cancel his tour because he had to have surgery. He took money from his pockets to pay his band members, everything that was going. Yeah. He took care of all of that. So it was just like, at what point do you just be like, you know what, it didn't work out right. Let me go ahead and refund y'all money.
All right, man. Let me say this. Is it wrong for them people not to get their money back? Yeah. Period. That's what it is. When you buy a ticket with no insurance, you part of the blame. Cause now you thinking morally that somebody gonna give your money back.
And we can't trust nobody.
And, I mean, just that's business, bro. Like you ever bought something, it be like no refunds, no exchange, sale final. Like it's a chance like you take.
Yeah.
So I mean, on that end, you blame yourself. Going forward, will you support them again? If it's 50 people, 25 gonna do it again, dog.
Of course.
Because we black. Anger don't last long.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? He need to look at which was crazy to say, but his land might not be big enough for this event. It's done got to the point where it just might not be big enough, you know.
They said security was bad.
I mean, it's like one entrance, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I could see that. I could see it just being, it might just be too big to have it on the promised land.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think they got the contract with the church across the street. I think that fell apart. So they couldn't park there. Like, it's just, you got to move it, bro. Like, it was cool that it was at your house. It was cheap for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it might be to the point where you just can't do it at your house no more.
Yeah. That definitely needs to happen because, yeah, every year progressively it gets worse.
It's always something.
It's bigger.
It's always something. Yeah,
You know,
it's got bigger and it's always. I can
something.
commend Atlanta's finest though, because I went to the gym around that time, and they policed their traffic, bro. Like Old National, from what I seen, didn't miss a beat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, when you're getting off 85 South or 85 North in Old National, it's always traffic there. You don't need nobody to be here because the light right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But on as far as that end where the event was happening, I couldn't even tell, bro.
Because the year before,
It was
yo,
crazy.
I was
like, yo, what the hell going on?
What's going
But I
on?
couldn't even tell
yeah.
what was going on. I had to literally ask somebody, like, yo, why are these cops out here? Because you don't never see cops that much in that area. They was everywhere, dog. So I commend Atlanta's finest for that.
Okay. All right. That's all I got on the celebrity stuff.
Good.
You got something?
I had a question, man. And it's pertaining to music, and I know I still stand on the fact that music is not. I don't think music plays that much of an influence in people doing what they do in life. I don't believe that.
Okay.
I believe people gonna do what they gonna do regardless. The song just was on when it happened. Looking at the music that's out now, I don't know if I can still say that. I'm trying to listen to this music, man, and music can replicate life for a lot of people, but you're still supposed to make your own decision. Do we put the blame on the artist for just telling a story? Because it might not even be a story. We done seen many artists tell stories that ain't even their life, and they say it like that. Ain't me. I just telling a story. Like I was just watching something with MC8, and he was talking about that, like the beef between him and Quick, that really wasn't real per se. He said they never even met until they was about to make peace. They never been in the same room besides the Source Awards and things like that. He said, but they never seen each other. They seen each other twice in life before.
That's squash.
Yeah. So, like when we put all this blame on the music, are we really just taking the high road? I mean, just taking the quick way out versus looking at
the deeper issues. I would agree with that. Also, because they used to say the same thing with us when we came up. You know, Too Loud Crew, NWA, all that stuff, and crime. Crime was running rampant. You know what I mean, amongst black folks and all of this. So of course they put it on music. Listen to what they listening to. This, and that. But also we were built different. This is just my opinion. I think we were built different to where we knew right from wrong, and we were more influenced by our peers than our music. And I think these kids now in the music now, because, again, my opinion, a lot of the creativity is gone. And now it's not so much about the art, it's more about the music. I mean, more about the money, more about the popularity, and not necessarily the art. So if I can talk about sex and drugs and killing, and it sounds good and the radio pushes it, I'm going to keep pushing it. I'm not even doing this stuff, but I'm going to keep pushing it. And then you have these kids that don't have the integrity or the know-how to say, that's just music. But then I'm out here, you know, they walking down the street with headphones all day, you know, with a hoodie on, headphones, or they blasting it on their phone in front of everybody. Yeah. You know, like, so for them, they're consumed by the music. And I really feel like They just don't have that oomph that we had to differentiate the music from real life. And I think now they take it as like a soundtrack to their life.
Would it be wrong for me to title, and I hate to title people, but is this generation of scammers and just non-hustlers? Like, they don't want to get out there and get it. They just rather steal it and scam for it. Like,
I am so glad you brought this
that
up.
where we at? I seen this on a shout out to the I think it's called Big Facts podcast.
Big fella.
Big Facts, I think it's called.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called. And he was talking about the city of Atlanta. They asked him about the city of Atlanta. Guy named, I think his name Kenny Barnes. Everybody should go back and listen to it themselves. But my interpretation of what he was saying was that, you know, the generation today, they just don't want to do nothing, but they don't want to earn nothing. That's what he was saying. He was like, back then, you know, we was earners. You know, we wanted it,
Right.
but we was get out there and get it.
Mm-hmm.
And today they just rather steal it and scam you to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's funny you brought that up. I just had a discussion the other day. I saw a clip online where this dude said why I hate that I moved to Atlanta. And of course, my first thought is, nigga, leave. We don't need to hear no one.
You saying
But it was a
nigga?
young guy.
Wow.
But he was saying basically because of these apartments, he said they're not luxury, but they charging luxury prices. You know, this, and that. And I get it. I completely understand it. But also understand that, like you were saying, for us, when people moved here, a lot of people looked at Atlanta as like a new life. You know,
Yeah.
especially a lot of folks from up north.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm finna run.
West?
I'm out of here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to Atlanta. They would come down here, but the funny part was a lot of those people, when they got here, they wanted to change. They didn't come down here with the same. Some of them did come with the same stuff.
Right.
But a lot of them came with a change like, okay, I see brothers getting it in here.
Yeah,
I see
absolutely.
sisters getting it done. So let me get my stuff together
Right.
and get it up and get it rolling.
Right.
And that's what was happening. Whereas now, like you said, they also see now the loopholes. So now there's younger generation that don't want, we have proven that they don't want to work. They don't want to work. And so, of course, if they see a quick come up, they're going to try their best to come in. Because I have never, like you said with the scamming, I've never seen it to this
It's
extreme.
crazy now. Yeah, you don't even know if a dude's real name is name.
Right.
Like, it's crazy.
I've never seen it to this extreme. And it's at home now. Usually you see that on the news,
Right.
but it's in your neighborhood now.
Right.
You know, so it's just, I think people just have lost the sense of getting it out the mud, just working for what it is that you want to get. It's not an overnight thing. That's another facade I think Atlanta gives off. With the reality shows, we got a lot of rappers and people here that have money. Whereas before, you wouldn't see Lamborghinis driving down, McLarens driving down the street easy, and you see a brother or sister get out the car. So then you see it, and you be like,
I can get it.
dang, I can do that.
I can get it.
But you ain't going to do it the way they did it. You don't know the work they put in for it. So it's a double-edged sword, but I really think that, and I say it often, like I don't like the direction my city has moved into because of so many people that moved here that don't want to contribute. They just want to take. And that's where the problem is. And the city itself has always had its own, like you was talking about the mayors, most of our mayors were either locked up or got some kind of charges dealing with money issues.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we got streets and potholes all over the place, but they finding ways to siphon money out of the accounts. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's always been an issue here. And then to add on top of that, you got all these scammers and people out here that's just doing whatever they can to get over. Like, it's a bit much.
With the economy going the way it is, should we expect kids? 'Cause kids are smarter in many ways than we were back then. We might have had the muscle to get it, but they're more intelligent wise with computers and everything in today's society. Should we expect the kids to take peanuts for a job because we did, or should we be like, yeah, like I get it why he don't want to work for this, because the economy. See, when we was working for peanuts, the economy was easy.
Mm-hmm.
It was easy to get a loaf of bread, easy to get gas.
Right.
that money really ain't changed too much from when we was getting it. But you want these kids, or whoever need a job actually, to accept this and make it happen. To me, it's like, I don't know, man. When I work next to a guy, like I had a guy the other day, he was complaining so much, man, and I ain't know what to tell him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said he had worked all his overtime, bro. Got his check. That check was $1,500. And I looked at it up. Matter of fact, me and Pat Abrahams was standing there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we started doing the math. I'm like, $1,500. Like, I couldn't imagine getting a check for $1,500 this day and age. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a phone bill, if you got a car note, if you got rent, that check gone quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So should we look at that? Like, let's find the root of this problem. And I think some of these jobs could get more quality employees if the minimum wage, or if the wage was worth even doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what to tell a guy that's making $14 an hour to do. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, man, this day and age, $14 an hour, man, you might have a ski mask in your back pocket when you get off work. Like, let's just be honest. Like,
true.
Can you really, what can you do? You got a roommate, or you know, so you hoping you live with somebody that can make it happen. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody talking about it's how you budget and all that. $14 an hour, man, you got to get to it. Like, you really got to get to it, man. And I don't know, I put that with the music too, because the music is telling you that ain't gonna get it.
Right.
Like, if you want something, that ain't gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? That ain't actually a bad. That's a fact. It ain't go. And granted, if you want it fast or you want it, you know, at a good pace, $14 an hour ain't gonna get it, man.
But see, that's what you just hit the nail on the head. If you want it fast, or do you want to do the work? And it also does start with, I don't agree with you on the budgeting aspect. I think it has a lot to do with what you focus on. So if I'm living at home with my mom and I'm making $14 an hour, I shouldn't be buying J's and I ain't got no car. So
you can live by yourself and live by that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes the way you spend your money, and us as black people, we spend the most on consumer goods. Yeah. You know, so your train of thought has to be different, and I blame us. I'll say that just as a society, we always want to look good. We want to have the newest cars and this and whatever. So that's part of it. The second thing is putting in the work. If you really want to make money, do the research. Get you a trade. It might take you 2 years, right. But after them 2 years, ask Rob. After them 2 years, he was doing AC with Estes, right. And he was like, oh, I can do this myself. Right. And now he done tripled his you know, because he got his own business now. Right. But you got to want to do the research, and you got to want to put in the work to get it done. Nobody's going to hand you nothing. But, yes, I will agree with the way that the inflation is now, the way we were just talking about tickets to, you know, concerts. A lot of that stuff you just gonna have to sit out.
I got the way I live life, man, is I don't like to pay bills. I live life to live. Right. I mean, I don't work to pay bills. I work to live life. That's how I live. In living life, you have to pay bills. Right. That's part of it. Mm-hmm. That shouldn't be all of it, though.
No, it shouldn't.
You know what I'm saying? So I can see the frustration with people when they ain't got it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And they want to do. Yeah. And they can't. At some point, man, you're going to have to do something for you. That's why a lot of people unhealthy now, bro, mentally, because they can't do for them. Yeah. They trying this route, man, of doing it the legal way. They going to these people's job who don't give a damn about them. They doing all that. Eventually, they like, hey, man, let me get a half, man. Let me see if I can make this thing. You know what I'm saying? Right. Let me see what I like. I know a brother, man, that he could easily, if he put his mind to it, bro, he could be a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. On his own. But he can't get out his own way. You know what I'm saying? He got so many ideas. He's very intelligent. Right. He just can't get out his own way because he's scared to take the leap. You know what I'm saying?
Some people just scared of losing.
Everybody lose, man. You lose every day you wake up. You lose another day
You learn
that you had
more.
to do something else.
You learn more from
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, some losses coming away. There ain't no lesson. You just lost. You know what I'm saying?
But you did learn to say, don't do that again.
Yeah, you're right. So I mean, I don't know, man. I see to see that brother, man, go through that. That was crazy to me, man. Cause he said with 1,500, I'm like third check of the month, like
yeah. Oh,
check with 1,500. Like you see what I'm saying? Like when you
oh,
start
but no
adding this and
taxes.
that,
Oh,
like
yeah, that's bad.
I'm like, dang. And he said he been putting it in. So I hope that brother find his way, man.
Yeah.
He was, I should change careers. I said, if it's in your mind, you thought it. Maybe you should think about it harder than you did. That's all I knew to tell him. Because I'm like, I don't know what it's like to make that kind of money no more. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dang.
I do find myself, because I'm the OG or Unc, so I find myself mentoring a lot of people at work now. And usually I'm because I don't have kids, I think that fatherly instinct comes out when I'm talking to them, because they'll be talking. I'll be like, "What you do this weekend?" "I went to the club. I did this." I say, "But ain't you supposed to be looking for a place? Why are you at the club? Like, what we doing?" Like all of that adds up. You got to put stuff in place.
That's true, but sometimes, dog, you need that release. Some people do it with sex. Some people go to the park. Some people go to movies. Sometimes I agree with. Sometimes you gotta just do for you, man.
Put your, and I think for me, I got it early because when I graduated high school, I went straight to technical school and was working. Yeah. So I was doing 16-hour days for 2 years straight, no break.
Just get
so I just put my head down and just got into it, and it was funny because people was like, "You don't do nothing." I was like, "Well, this is what I got to do for me to get what I want to get to." Yeah. Right. So I understand it, but you gotta sometimes you gotta cut yourself off from all that outside stuff and make the decision that I'm gonna make this work for me. And if you find something that you're really interested in, do the homework. Find somebody that knows somebody that can get you in line.
I think what it is with me, man. I just ain't nobody behind me, bro. Ain't no wings, ain't none of that to get up under, bro. It's just me.
Yeah, no pillar to follow.
Yeah, so I gotta get it. Like I said, I just come off a 21-day stretch. You know what I'm saying? Like
you going to jail?
Oh, I'm they definitely done pulled me in, dog. They said we need to talk.
You going to jail, buddy?
They said we need to talk. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm good, dog.
Let me ask you this, and it relates to all of this stuff. Do you think, I was looking at that movie Origins, where the author Isabel Wilkerson wrote the book about caste, the origins of our discontent, and it really just showed how the things she was going through while she was writing this book. And she lost her husband, she lost her mom, and she lost her closest cousin in the process of writing this book. But the book was about racism and the difference of caste and racism. So she was saying like Indians have different types of Indians, like
Absolutely.
Dalits. And they said Dalits are the bottom. Yeah. Like it's nothing they can do in India for them to move up to another caste. It's just what it is. Yeah. So she said she kind of equates that to us here as far as the economics and how we move and what the system has done. Mm-hmm. But as black people, like I said, you're going to have some rich black people, but are they necessarily going to do what has to be done in order to bring up other black people?
No.
Exactly. But anyway, my thought process was because she was talking about some of the things, some of the hurdles we dealt with in growing up and coming up as black people. Do you think if we knew more about the real history of how, especially here in the South, the things that they were doing, like the lynchings and how you couldn't get home loans, and if you did get a house, they charged you double to move in, and then once you got in there, the white neighborhood was going to come and set up in front of your house. Do you think if we as a people knew all of these histories and read more, that we would carry ourselves differently than we do today?
No.
Why not?
What? You see everything that's going on around us now, bro?
Why not?
Black people still don't care, bro. Your history been your history, dog, your whole life. You can't yes, they do. Stop thinking black people don't know. Black people don't care.
That might be true.
Black people don't care.
Don't care. They don't know either, though.
They know. Black people know the struggle of black people, man. It's been around you forever. And so unless you came out the womb with wealth,
Right.
you know somewhere in your life your struggle. I don't want to hear that I ain't know. I'm not letting black people off the hook that easy. No.
You mean to tell me you think
black people
from what they
black
teach
people
them
get
and
somebody
what
out
they
there,
teach them in school, you
somebody
think that
black
they know
right now. Somebody black
all of the
right now
stuff
is
that
getting
happened to
done
us.
wrong, and they knew it was gonna happen, and they still don't care.
Well, yeah, it's a lot of sheep. It's a lot of sheep out there. But you mean to tell me, from what they would teach us in school, that we would know as much as we know without our own personal reading, and want to change the narrative of what America has done to us?
If this was when we came up, like today, I give you that.
Okay.
This shit been put on movie. You niggas didn't want to read, so they put it on a screen where you look at all damn day. Okay, now, let's be honest, bro. The niggas didn't want to read,
right?
Because you put it in we want to hide it, put it in the book. So they put it on screen for you niggas. You still don't care, right? Yeah. They even put it in songs. You know what you say about them songs? They preaching.
Yeah.
So I don't want to listen to that.
Yeah,
niggas know, man.
Yeah.
Niggas know they don't care. I'm not letting them off the hook that easy, dog. No. They know, they do not give a damn.
I don't know, man. I agree with you on something. Mike just chimed in and he was like, yeah, he think it would change too. We got to get Mike back out here.
Mike, ignorance is for children. And like that can't read at this point in life, ignorance is for children. Social media covers everything, wrong or right. They cover everything.
Do you think you can get more from a book?
From the struggle, from the success. I see somebody's success story every day because that's what I'm into. So my algorithms is that. But there's no way you can sit here and tell me that black people is still that ignorant. I'm not going for that.
I can't agree with that.
I'm not going for that, man. Brothers and sisters just turn their head because that's what they.
That's the ignorance.
Dog, hold on. I didn't say they didn't know. I said they turn their head.
It's bliss. If I don't know, I don't care.
You ignoring what you should be facing.
Exactly.
But that don't mean you don't know. Ignorance is not knowing. Ignorance is not knowing.
Right.
You know, but you turn your head to it because you don't want to deal with it. We deal with it every day at work.
True.
These niggas know, man.
True.
Black people know. Mike, stop. Nah, this ain't that. No. Black people know. You know what they say? It don't affect me what I'm trying to do right now, so I'm good. We are the most living in the moment people walking this earth. But the things we should be looking at, it ain't cool. But we know that's there. It just ain't cool. We don't want that look on us. Black people scared to stand up, man.
Right.
They scared to. We scared to still speak. We scared to still to listen to another black person in front of other people. Cause they might think we feel like them. We scared still. They scared. Let me take myself out of that. You know what I'm saying? Mike, I'm not giving you that, man. No. The layers of it all stems for knowing. You know, black people over the age of 15 know. I'm taking the age down because back then I could have said it was maybe 25 or something because you had to put it in the book. Social media lets you find anything you curious about. We ain't even. I bet you in our let me finish. Our algorithm's gonna pick up on this conversation and something gonna come on your.
And it should.
Come on, man. That's
right.
it. That's with all of us, bro.
But let me ask you this:
all of us.
The average 16-year-old right now, who is standing around talking about redlining?
A 16-year-old? He ain't even trying to buy a house.
But that's
ignorance because he don't know.
But that's part of the history.
You asked me about.
That's part of the history.
You said, well, people know that if they knew, they would do better. I'm talking about the people that know. It's more people that know the struggles of black people now that don't know. Them kids.
I don't agree with that.
Like, I'm trying to. My daughter can't tell me nothing about redlining at 21 because she ain't never been in that situation. She ain't never been looking for a house, and I ain't never put them books in front of them. Right. Not that book.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody 30 that know and still don't want to try to make a difference in that. I got an issue with that, bro.
I want you to when we go back to work, I want you to
Absolutely.
ask a 30-year-old if
Absolutely.
he knows what redlining is.
You'll be surprised.
You'll be surprised at how many don't know.
I don't think the number is that small, bro. I think black people turn their head to what they don't want to face because it might make them look a certain way. That's why we call extremists, these pro-black niggas, all this. And they make everything positive about us negative. You know why? Because we gonna change the pleasure that they got right in their face at this moment.
Right. I've gotten that a few times. A few times.
Mike, how many kids you around under the age of 21? On a regular. Don't tell me somebody you selling a shirt to or them great socks. If y'all ain't got y'all a pair of Fresh Division socks, y'all wasting y'all time. But I'm around them too much, man. These kids are smarter than we thought they was, man. It's a young boy right now. Granted, he just lost his job. He's 22 years old, man, and he closed on his first house at 22. At 22, I was different at 22 than I am today.
Yeah, I wasn't know what in the house.
Granted, he did something. He ended up losing the job, but man, at 22, man, he was way ahead of his curve.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
These kids ain't us, man.
For sure.
I'm done.
You guys, I knew that was going to be a good one because and we stand on different sides of that. Now, I really just think that because of what the things that they give us, if you don't, and I look at just adults at our age, and we talk about it because these are the type of things we read. These are the type of things we surround ourselves with. But I could go, if we were to go, let's just say to a football game or something, and we start our conversations, a lot of those people probably wouldn't be able to relate to some of the things that we talk to because a lot of the times people today, they don't want to read. A lot of people today don't want to read. It's either audio book or something like that, and a lot of times they're not finishing because everything is so quick now. It's quick. So now to go back and read something that happened 60, 70 years ago, how's that affecting me? What I need to read that for? Like I'm reading now the how Thurgood Marshall, all the stuff he had to do to get into the Supreme Court.
Right.
And in reading that, I'm reading a lot of the NAACP cases that he was doing and how he's putting his life in danger.
Right.
I didn't know that he was doing that much stuff. All I knew was he was the first black Supreme Court judge. That's all I knew about Thurgood before, when I was a kid.
Okay.
So if we was to have those discussions now with somebody our age, do you think if I were to start telling some of the stories that he was hearing, the cases that he was, going to fight for, that it would change how we looked at how we carry ourselves? And that's how I thought about this topic.
I'm gonna use a situation because what you asking me it comes down to interest. That's your interest.
Mm-hmm.
We were sitting together when we found out about Emory Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Grady. We were sitting together when we found out about that.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that you've been here your whole life. Never even was told that story. As far as I knew. You know what I'm saying? I know I ain't never know.
Right.
But that was important enough. It made me look at the hospital a little different. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, like this is a historical hospital. Mm-hmm. Not, based on trauma, which it is the greatest trauma center, I think, in the country.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But what was told to us wasn't even about that.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's history in itself that made me look at the hospital different. I hope I ain't never got to go in there. I don't want to be shot. I don't want to stab. If that's what they send me somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hope if I go to the hospital, I'm walking in without leaking. You know what I'm saying? But what he told to us was something that made me look at it different.
Okay.
It's always going to be history out here that if you're willing to learn, it's going to be able for you to learn. Mm-hmm. But just because you know something, that don't mean you care.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can know everything, but don't care about none of it because it don't affect what's in front of you. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Like, so I'm not gonna sit here and say anything. Like, Juneteenth was something that I had to teach a lot of people when I got here. I was surprised, but it is what it is. Mm-hmm. They know now. Yeah. That don't mean they still care.
Right. Right.
They don't look at being black no different. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving examples of how things are. But I'm not gonna get y'all. Oh man, he ain't know, man. I ain't no. I'm not.
That's we're not doing that.
Doing that,
right?
You know
we're
what I'm saying?
not doing that.
Black people act the way they want to act because that's just how they want to do it. They can know they can know that fire hot. That don't mean they don't touch that stove, dog.
Keep walking.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? They could watch a house burning down and be like,
I don't. Hey, my car caught on fire on the highway. Folks slowed down and looked and kept driving. There was a white lady that stopped and helped your boy. Anyway.
Hey, man, white man saved my life.
Hey, I tell people all the time,
you know,
I don't dislike white people. I hate the system. It's some great people out there of all colors. Some terrible people out there of all colors. It's the system.
What Mike over talking?
What he say?
Mike trying to get a rise out of me today. There's a genuine interest in changing the foundation of how we understood systematic racism. We was taught wrong. That's the problem. Systematic racism is a word heard. It should be put on a T-shirt. But that don't mean people don't know about it, and that don't mean they care about it, because it don't affect them. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you. I hear what you're saying, and I hear what Mike is saying as well. And I lean more with what Mike is saying, but there is that fine area where it's a lot of people that, oh, I heard it, and I maybe saw a clip on it. I maybe saw a reel about it. I don't care, though. It ain't affecting me.
Look at it like this. I'm gonna give you a better one. Your job treat you like dirt.
Right.
You know every day you go in this place what to expect. But you still won't open your mouth for change.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there doing
I'm not saying your job.
No, I'm saying in general, a lot of people do that.
You know it's gonna be bad. You know it could be better. But you don't even you don't care enough to say something. You know it's an issue, but you scared to say something, or you don't want to get involved because how it make you look. Mike, that's out there. I don't know last time you punched somebody's clock because you're an entrepreneur. You know, you a great businessman. They got some great socks. If y'all ain't got y'all no Fresh Division socks, y'all might want to get them. But hey, man, I'm not ready to say, dang, he ain't know. Not to some of this nonsense we got going on around us.
Right.
For real, between, how we treat each other.
Right. That's
what I'm saying? How we treat our children, how we treat our women, how women treat us, how they treat the children. You know what I'm saying? How we, just anything, man. I ain't gonna say we don't know. I'm not doing that. Absolutely not. I think it's more people that just rather turn their head than to fight.
Okay.
I really do. I think people rather turn their head than to fight.
Okay, we might do a poll on that one.
I'm gonna do your little poll, man.
Yeah,
see how your little poll.
Okay. Yeah, because I like that. I think that'll bring a lot of conversation between people. But yeah, I like that. Anyway, people, we got to get up out of here.
We gotta go. I go sleep.
But I'm gonna tell you something. Next week we're gonna be on Sunday night.
Is it Sunday? It's gonna
Sunday
happen?
night, and I'm gonna tell you like this. Definitely be here for this show.
Come open minded though.
Very open minded.
Yeah,
it's gonna be very. We think it's a very essential show. It's gonna be very informative. It's gonna be something that you probably ain't gonna see too often.
It might be some things uncomfortably said.
Yeah.
I got me a garbage can just in case. No, I'm just playing. But make sure please tune in next week. We have a show. It's I'm just gonna tell everybody what the topic is. Now you decide where you want to be at 7:00 on Sunday or not. We're gonna have 2 black men, and I'm hoping to get my sister, this is a black woman, on our show, and we're gonna have a conversation about the relationship between homosexuals and heterosexuals. It's gonna be a show where they might say some things you might not like. I might say some things that they might not like, but we all coming in respect, and we just gonna have a conversation. So if you ain't busy at 7:00 on Sunday, come holler at us.
Make sure you ain't busy at 7:00 on Sunday, because we gonna be here. Anyway, what you got on the way out the door?
Hey man, I've been dealing with a lot going on around me as people they having a misfortune. Everybody, man, just maintain. Do the best you can. You know who to give it up to. And I know whatever you going through is gonna be short lived. You're gonna get back to smiling and doing whatever you do. Shout out to everybody. Go.
I ain't got nothing. Y'all hold it in the road.
Hey man, if it's hot, you ain't got no air conditioner at the house. What do they need to call, man?
We gonna hit you up with the. Let's do that right now, real quick, real quick.
Man.
Let's go on and hit them up with. If you need that AC work,
Come on.
you need to go on and holler at my people. Holler at my people. You see it on the screen. Hart Mechanical Facility Services. Hit them up. All the South Metro area, Atlanta Metro area. Hit them up. You see it on the screen. Hit my man up. Good people, man. Hold it in the road, y'all. Y'all be safe out there.
Hold it in the road, y'all.